කියලා කියලා ඉවරයක් කරන්න බැරි තරම් නිෂ්පාදන පෙළක්. කියස් නිෂ්පාදන අරිම මිලට හොඳම තත්ත්වයෙන්.
The inauguration ceremony of the Badu Shakti National Programme for Tax Compliance and Tax-Based Enhancement was held this morning at the Presidential Secretariat under the patronage of President Anura Kumara. Coinciding with the inauguration, Badu Shakti, a national tax week, was officially declared and will run from today until the 7th of the month. Throughout the week, efforts will be made to raise public awareness on the importance of tax compliance and national revenue contribution. As part of the event, President Disanayaka launched the online tax payment platform developed by the Department of Inland Revenue for the 2024-2025 assessment year. In a symbolic gesture of transparency and leadership, he submitted his own personal income tax return as the platform's first official entry.
There
is a generally negative perception of taxation in our country. These attitudes have largely developed due to weaknesses in our tax administration system and public awareness of past misuse and mismanagement of tax revenues. When we examine the available data, the picture is far from encouraging. Only 43% of those registered as companies have submitted their tax returns. For the 2023-24 period, only 23% of individuals liable for income tax have filed returns. Among partnerships, the compliance rate stands at 46%. Meanwhile, just 18% of those liable for payee tax have submitted their returns. None of these figures exceed 50%, clearly indicating widespread tax non-compliance and deliberate efforts to evade taxes. The root cause of this situation lies in public criticism, particularly from taxpayers, regarding the way previous political administrations have misused tax revenues. Therefore, our foremost responsibility is to assure the people that their tax money will be used appropriately and exclusively for essential national needs. That assurance is now entrusted to me and the current political leadership. As President, I give you my personal guarantee that not a single rupee of your tax money will be wasted or misappropriated by the political authority. While our country may appear peaceful on the surface, a hidden shadow system continues to operate beneath. This underground network is run by syndicates of organized crime and has long been protected by certain political authorities. It includes complicit state officials, illegally armed individuals, and even members of the media. We are therefore confronting a highly organized and entrenched shadow system. I assure the people of this country that this system will be dismantled. We are building a nation where everyone is subject to the rule of law. The issue of public funds is not merely a matter of paying or collecting taxes. It is a deeper systemic problem. Pointing fingers at individual institutions will not solve it because it is an interconnected network. Therefore, as a state, we must be fully prepared to confront and dismantle it. Anyone unwilling to take on this responsibility is free to step aside. Unless this shadow system is broken, the country will not be able to progress. This is why we are resolute in our commitment to dismantling this corrupt network. In this process, neither political power nor social status will be taken into account. Only by cleansing the entire shadow system can we realistically achieve our tax revenue targets. Amidst all this, I believe we have made some progress. Sri Lanka's Inland Revenue Department has reached 101% of its tax collection target for the first 5 months of 2025. The Department of Customs achieved 104% of their revenue target, while the Department of Excise achieved 106%. These figures show that we can achieve our financial targets for this year. As Treasury Secretary Mahinda Siriwardana noted, Sri Lanka had become one of the lowest tax income collecting countries in the world in recent history. To reverse this, he undertook major institutional, legislative and tax reforms. He will be retiring at the end of this month and assuming duties as an alternate executive director of the Asian Development Bank, representing 7 nations including Sri Lanka. I am especially grateful for his work, which we must recognize and appreciate. We are currently imposing an 18% VAT. While this may be reasonable from a national revenue standpoint, it is understandably burdensome for the average citizen. However, we are compelled to rely on this method for income generation. Despite the 18% VAT rate, we are not receiving the revenue we should. As a country, we must achieve a much higher tax income under this system. The loopholes and shortcomings in our tax structures are being constantly exploited to evade payment. We must foster a culture that encourages citizens to voluntarily pay and protect public taxes, not simply enforce tax compliance through orders or laws. Because we were unable to overcome this crisis on our own, we have become subject to external control. Our revenue targets are now being set by others. This year, national income must grow by 15.1%, of which 2.3% must be maintained as a primary surplus. We are required to manage the economy within the expenditure limits and revenue goals agreed upon with external stakeholders. Why? Because we were the bad child. We are now under financial guardianship. Are we to remain an economy that is always under such supervision? Certainly not. During discussions with Mahinda Siriwardana, the Secretary to the Minister of Finance, we reached a consensus. This must be the final time we enter an extended loan program with the International Monetary Fund. We must embark on an economic journey based on our own criteria and goals. Eventually, our economy must set targets aligned with public aspirations and social expectations. Yet, as it stands, we are managing an economy under partial guardianship. Our firm determination is to bring this phase of IMF oversight to an end and move forward. To do so, our government revenue must be significantly increased.
අන්නේ අධිෂ්ඨානට යන්න නම් අපේ රාජ්‍ය ආදායම ඉහළ ලං වගතේ